GDI-funded research shows the following incidents of Tiberium-related illnesses. Respiratory ailments. Reproductive ailments. Immune system ailments. Tiberium-related deaths. Spores emitted by Tiberium-infected plants appear to be a source of Tiberium-related illnesses. The world scientific community is focusing its research on this deadly spore.
Tiberium is a new life form. Quite simply put, it seems to be adapting the Earth's terrain, foliage, and environment to suit its own alien nature. If this is the case, ladies and gentlemen, we are facing a killer beyond that of our most turbulent nightmares. It is not an exaggeration to state that the future of the entire planet may be in jeopardy. May God have mercy on our souls.
Sorry to interrupt your briefing, Commander, but we need your help now. Kane discovered we were hiding Mobius, and he's throwing everything at us but the kitchen sink. It's up to you to mobilize the strike force. Acquire Mobius, and rendezvous with the rescue choppers. Mobius may be crazy, but he holds the key to this Tiberium riddle. Good luck.
What is up, everyone? As always, it is Lovenji here, and welcome back to Command and Conquer. We are on GDI Mission 12. I hope you all had a good Christmas if you celebrate it, and it's good to be back with yet another video. This is another one of those missions that puts us on an uneven footing with the Brotherhood of Nod, and you have to treat it largely the same as you have to treat any other mission that tries to treat you a little bit unfairly. And your very first strategy is going to be to try to put Nod on the same footing as you. Now you'll notice the Chinook that flew in and died immediately is kind of showing you what your objective for this mission is. And your objective is actually to destroy all the SAM sites so you can get Mobius out. Now, you got a pre-deployed base, no way to gain money, so that means to gain money you got to sell buildings. And that's exactly what we're going to be doing. Nod, unfortunately, do have a fully functional base, and so you have to be careful and cautious with the resources that you're using. This mission I cut very, very close, so although it's pretty short, I'm hoping it's at least a little bit exciting for you. There's a few mistakes and a little bit of lazy commanding. Makes this mission a lot harder than it normally should be. But first thing you can do is destroy your own walls and reach the SAM sites over the walls. You don't want to destroy them too quickly. All of this adds up as it puts a little strain on Nod's economy because they are pairing. Now, I'm using the APC to scout forward, and I'm doing so in small chunks. It pulls the ambushing Nod forces out of their ambushing location, and additionally gives me an opportunity to repair the APC for the engineer strike that we're going to do later on in the level. As I was sort of beginning with at the beginning of the mission, to win these levels, your first tactical thought should be, how do I bring Nod down to my level? So I have no economy, they do. I have no way to produce endless units, they do. So how do I bring this to be more even? And the answer is almost always engineers.
Building. Lost.
So my first mistake is there, in that I actually lose that APC. It should have been better to bring it back, not get it killed, and repair it. But technicians are really, really bad. They add no value to our army. But all we're going to do is slowly push forward with our tanks. Now, knowing where all the SAM sites are is probably the biggest part of this mission.
Construction complete.
So pay careful attention to where I'm actually sending my units and the locations of each of the SAM sites. Nod has a lot of them, and you cannot safely extract Mobius, which is your objective, until you've dealt with them all. This mission is quite a challenge, but I think it's quite a fun one, and it sort of becomes a little bit of a cause for showing off once you get good at it. Now that we've solidified, we can sell our base defenses. And you want big groups of units. All of these units are here to help you. Tuck Mobius away where he's safe. Now we're going to push it. So I'm splitting my units into two groups, one of which is getting fired on by a Nod tank. And unfortunately, you've got to be careful, not have ambushing artillery everywhere. But all I'm doing is I'm trying to pick off the SAM sites that exist outside of the base before we try to attack into the base.
Unit lost.
You can avoid a major confrontation with Nod. It's almost always better than trying to duke it out with them. So, a couple of buggies guard this northern pass. That's not particularly threatening for us, as you can probably imagine. The mammoth tank is much stronger than a buggy. And that gives us access to some power as well. And start poking at the Nod's power and being a bit of a nuisance. Unfortunately, bad control of the infantry means I'm put under a lot of pressure as I lose all my infantry. So what we're doing is we're trying to lay down some form of cover for these tanks with the medium tanks. The mammoth tank and the rockets have more than enough between them to deal the damage if we allow them. Interestingly, the strong anti-infantry rocket attack can be done by the mammoth tank if its turret rotates 180 degrees as part of the attack. Later iterations of the game made it so that it is permanent. The mammoth tank in Red Alert constantly fires rockets, but in this you have to make sure the turret rotates a significant amount. So it's 180 degrees. The turret has to rotate to behind the tank. It will fire rockets instead of its standard tank shots. So if you're ever playing against someone and you're wondering why their mammoth tank seems to be just spewing infinite attacks, it's because they're probably running away from your infantry. Likewise, if you want to engage on a mammoth tank, it's important that you remember that if you're attacking with infantry, that you approach the tank from the front. It seems counterintuitive, but it will stop it turning around, pivoting, and absolutely destroying you with a missile salvo. Now, as you can see, we are very low on the units that we have. Instead of going NGs, I went a bit mad. And by a bit mad, I mean very mad. So we're in a low eco situation with very low units against the Brotherhood of Nod that still have a base. And I left this footage in because I thought, do you know what? It's actually kind of exciting. So, there's this SAM site, but there is one more as well, and the last surviving SAM site is also in the Nod base over their bridge.
Building.
So I made the mistake of selling both power plants. I don't recommend you do that. But it gives me a good bulk of infantry and one more tank. Which, Lord knows we need one more tank. But this helpfully explains what I was trying to explain in the previous mission, in that you have varying states of low power. Now, because we have no power as opposed to low power, you can see just how slow our production actually is. You know, we have crippled ourselves down to a crawl. We are watching that tank slowly tick away as we explore the map. The reason I'm putting so much into exploring the map is I start to panic at this point. I'm like, I've just messed this mission up totally, and I'm trying to recover it, actually. This is me in full-on, how do I recover this mission mode? And I just want to make sure that if I commit my troops to a final attack, I don't miss a SAM site, because that's the worst possible thing I could do.
Yes, sir. Moving out. Yeah.
So, although we're grateful that the Nod troops got stuck on this bridge, unfortunately, we have to get to them to rendezvous all our units. And that means we have to start playing with micro a bit more. Because we need to start making sure our tanks are very unscathed.
Yes, sir. Acknowledged.
And our infantry don't do stuff like that.
Yes, sir.
But unfortunately, our infantry did do stuff like that. And we are just waiting for one tank that slowly crawls towards completion. But this was a really fun way to make this level very hard on myself. And I actually really enjoyed it. Normally, I would do the bit with the mammoth tanks, sell up, get an APC, fill it with engineers, capture the Nod base, sell the Nod base, build loads more tanks, and just overwhelm a crippled Nod base. Instead, I made this a heart-wrenching and incredibly stressful experience that featured me losing a tank. I'm down to one tank now. There is one tank left on the field for me. So the final SAM site you can kind of skirt your way to. It's here, it's just on the outside of the walls. Gotta be careful because of the obelisk of light. But you can poke at it with a single tank and hope for the best. And look, our tank's finally finished. Yay, we have a tank.
Building.
We're gonna build a Humvee. Now, the only reason we really complete this level is thanks to a little bit of unintelligent AI. They want to get to my medium tank, but the path that they have taken to get to my medium tank, it has gotten them stuck. They do not know how to reach the medium tank. So, to clear this level, all we have to do is destroy that SAM site. Once that SAM site is destroyed, a Chinook will spawn, we get Mobius into it, and by the skin of our teeth, we clear this level.
Reinforcements have arrived.
Yes, sir. Acknowledged. Acknowledged. Yes, sir. Affirmative. Yes, sir. Command.
Mission accomplished.
sir.